today's pick a card reading is what blessings are coming your way. You have 4 piles to choose from. You have this beautiful selenite, very powerful. It's really heavy and like you can just feel its power. First pile, selenite. The second pile, I don't know what's called this thing. It's a big rock that I found. It's also very heavy. I always thought it was like this arrow, but I was looking at it today and it kind of made the shape of a heart. Aww. That's pile number 2. Pile number 3 is this rose quartz. You can't really see the pinkedness, but it does have a really pretty pink in person. And then the 4th pile is this crystal with like a green swirl in it. Can you see it? When I upgrade my cameras, probably gonna be amazed. Okay, so the first pile. What blessings are coming your way? Let's see. We got the Knight of Wands reversed. We got the Temperance card, and we got the Knight of Swords reversed. So you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. But what I am seeing here is saying no to things you might have allowed in the past, and I feel like the blessing that's coming your way is sort of being like sovereign within yourself, being like in control of yourself. Temperance is a card about being measured, about being moderate, about being patient, and at ease with everything, right? Because you have trust in God, because you have trust in the universe. It is a very alchemaic card. So, and here we see a woman who is filling her cups from 2 different fish on the outside of a door. So, I just heard milk and honey, so your blessings are going to be the land of milk and honey. That's always good. But I feel like once you say no to something else, and not in a defensive way. The Knight of Swords is kind of a like, screw everyone, like this is how it's supposed to be, my way or the highway. You guys aren't treating me right, this is how it's supposed to be. But the whenever it's reversed, this is speaking more from the heart. This is speaking more from a place of calmness, of stillness, of inner knowing. It's being measured with your words, being thoughtful with your words, and being able to speak in a way that gets your point across and is more persuasive, right? More persuasive than a like angry approach. The Knight of Wands reversed. A lot of times I see this as my player card, my hoe card, but actually reversed here, I feel like this is not giving into impulses, because the Knight of Wands is a fire sign, and fire energy is impulsive, and they're really passionate, and so they can let their temper get away with them. They can let their excitement and loins get away with them. But because we have temperance here, and because of everything else I said, I feel like this is sort of being more controlled about your impulses, where you might have like rushed into things in the past. So I do feel like this is like a change in the wind on your side. Like these blessings are coming because of a choice you made to take ownership of your own stuff. So the universe is like rewarding you for what it withheld from you in the past, because maybe in the past you weren't taking responsibility for that stuff, right? So now that you are, you can get your blessings. I like that. Your angel message is Fiona, and Fiona says, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. So this is kind of like the same message. It's sort of like a release, instead of like a push, instead of like, screw you guys, this is how it's supposed to be, and like giving into those like temper, whenever your tempers flare, because we do have temperance, right? So to calm your temper. You know, learning to be more controlled, learning to be more measured, has given a signal to these angels to let them be in charge of that end goal that you were trying so hard to push for, right? So now you don't have to push for it. Now you don't have to try for it. Now you don't have to get angry if someone isn't meeting those expectations. You don't have to give in to impulses because your needs aren't being met, anything like that. You're just going to like give it up to higher forces, to your spirit team, to God, to the angels, and you're controlled, you're measured, you're calm. Love it. We have inspiration. Ooh, I like it. So the blessings coming your way is you might get inspired. You might also have inspiration that is the catalyst for what I'm talking about, right? That is the catalyst for taking ownership and then receiving those blessings. And we have gratitude. So the more thankful you are, even the bad experiences, which is so hard to be thankful for whenever you're going through challenges, like how am I supposed to be thankful for, this like shitstorm that's happening in my life? But the more you can think outside of the box, right? Because the Knight of Swords is an air suit. That's the suit of the mind, right? Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, they are of higher thought. They are of abstract ideas, higher law, and things you can't see, right? We can't see the air. What was I going with that? I don't know. I lost my train of thought. The point is, each time you can be grateful for the good experiences and the bad. Oh, I see what this is saying. Instead of treating this as an injustice, because the air suit does deal a lot with justice and injustice. We see that especially with Libra and Aquarius, because Libra is the scales of justice. They're all about representing the underrepresented, and then Aquarians are all about humanity, right? It's Oprah, like, I'm going to give everyone a car. So, whenever you feel a sense of injustice, try to use that logic, use that higher mind to conceptualize what you should be grateful for, right? To conceptualize that silver lining, to try your hardest to find the best in horrible situations, and that's going to inspire others, but I also think you might be inspired by others, and that's going to be a blessing too. I like it. Thank you, number one. I will see you next time. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you would like a personal reading. Check the description box below. Bye, I love you. Okay, so our arrow heart stone. I still don't know what to call it. Number 2. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So, there's someone who was very bombastic, very loud, very dynamic, and they went too far, right? They were too bold, too dynamic, too fiery. The Queen of Wands, she's my party girl. She's my hostess with the mostest. So, she is this funny, sexy, popular person. Everybody loves her. She's like the life of the party. She just lights up her room, right? Everyone loves this fire sign. And it can be a man or a woman. It's just a personality type. could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be. Again, it's just like the energy, right? So whenever she's reversed, the party girl has a little bit too much to drink, says a little bit too much that she shouldn't say, puts her foot in her mouth, does some shady stuff, talks trash on people, sleeps around. So whenever she's reversed, it's kind of like a bad reputation as a result of being too, like, bam, too, like, too bold, instead of just like, take it back, girl, take it back. But this person is dealing with an untruth. It's an untruth that is preventing her from getting out of this labyrinth, this maze, right? There's something that requires logic and the higher mind, but she's giving into so many impulses and sort of losing credibility that she doesn't know which way to go. And in this deck, we see the hand of God pointing a sword down, telling the maze goer which way they should go, right? But if this person is too bold, if this person is too prideful, thinks she knows everything, too bombastic, too, like, in your face, and she's going to ignore this higher mind telling her, no, you need to go this way, right? So this is reversed. So, yes, she's going to ignore that truth, that higher truth, and be stuck in this confusion where she doesn't know which way to go. Next we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles in this deck shows a woman who is setting a bird free. I always see this as like a carrier pigeon, like sending off a message and waiting for it to return. It talks about investment. So you invested in that message, you sent it off, and you're waiting for the response to that message. But we also see farmers in the background here, which is the traditional Seven of Pentacles. So it talks about, like, tending to your crop, waiting for things to harvest, having the patience to watch things grow. So blessings coming your way. If I put that all together, having a little trouble, to be honest. Let's get to your oracle and maybe it'll all piece in my head. We have yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. Okay. We have gentleness. Not, whoa, hold it. Not this crazy character, this, like, wild child, right? We need more gentleness, less aggressiveness, less hardness. And then we have nature. So this nature and yoga, the blessing that's coming your way is, I'm getting, like, peace. Like, this is a very peaceful card. I mentioned the messenger, like the carrier pigeon image, but actually, if we look at gentleness, if we look at nature, if we look at Ray with yoga, I mean, yoga is very peaceful. Not necessarily exercise, but like yoga, right? We see this takes on a different meaning because it's like a dove of peace being released into the world, right? So peace being released into the world. So perhaps after a time of chaos, either from you or from another person, the blessing that's coming your way is a sense of peace and gentleness and calm and stillness. But this gentleness, this peace, this calm, this stillness is going to require you perhaps to detach from this person or like make amends with this person. Some of you might have to say you're sorry, even though it's kind of their fault, or like not say you're sorry, but be the first one to sort of like try to compromise if there was some sort of like fight or something, because the Queen of Wands, she can be aggressive. It will also require you to not dwell, like if you want to move away from this person entirely, it will require you to not have them live in your head rent-free, right? You're going to have to like evict them from your mind and live your own life and be at peace, right? You might have to go out in nature, go for a hike, just to ground yourself and gain some perspective on the matter. If this is you, like if you are the Queen of Wands, and because I'm reading for so many people, right? If you're the Queen of Wands and you have sort of realized, you know, your shortcomings, had a come to Jesus moment, and now you want to turn things around and be more peaceful, then I think what that is going to require is sort of a reconciliation within yourself, right? Forgiving yourself, being at peace with who you were, and being comforted by the fact that you can put some effort into yourself to be a better person than what you were before, right? And with this gentleness card, it's like be patient with yourself. Let me know if that resonated. I love you very, very much, and I will see you next time. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you would like a personal reading. Check the description box below. I love you. Okay, number 3, the rose quartz. Really bummed you can't like quite see the full color of that. We have Justice. We have the 7 of Wands. And we have Judgment. Ooh. So the blessings that are coming your way, if you guys are dealing with a legal matter, as long as you stand up for yourself. And in this 7 of Wands, it's a little different because we see a man who is pulling a rock from a mountainside, and there's like a hidden passageway. So I feel like if you're dealing with a legal matter, you're going to have to be really scrutinizing with the evidence you come forward with, and like dig through your past and like get all the proper things for your case to prove it. But the 7 of Wands is about standing your ground, which is very like justice, judgment, right? But there's also a level of vulnerability to this card that I always see, like opening up that cavern, right? So I feel like just being truthful, just opening up and being truthful, and not sort of like disclosing any information will help you in the long run. But we do have, yes, Justice and Judgment. This is actual, like, on the steps of the courthouse, people are arguing. And then we have Judgment, which is Judgment Day. Archangel Gabriel comes down, he blows his horn and says, okay, time's up. If you ain't been doing right, stay down, and if you have, float up to heaven with me. So, you know, because this is upright, I do see like a very, I mean, I'm not a legal expert, so please don't hold like all your hopes on me. Like, seek legal counsel and do what you need to do. But I think there is a good possibility that you could rise above this case. If you're not dealing with a legal matter, this could be like karmic justice, right? Like something that was unfair and you did all the right things you were supposed to do and you were still being treated unfairly. Opening up about that experience and how like presenting your case, like this was unfair and this is what would be fair. It's going to help you elevate to the next level. It's going to liberate you from any sort of battles you may have. So the blessing that is coming your way is justice. The blessing that is coming your way is liberation. The blessing that is coming your way is freedom. But it starts with the freedom you allow yourself to open up, right? We have Caressa, and it says, you are at the end of a life cycle. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to the next step. Happiness awaits you. Okay, so this is so like all together justice and judgment. It's like life cycles ending, time is up, time to go on to the next phase, like time to go on to the afterlife, to heaven, the next phase of life, the next lifetime. So something is wrapping up. The blessing in your life is that whatever bullshit that you had to deal with in the past, it's finally wrapping up. Any unfairness that you might have experienced, it's finally getting righted. Any wrong is finally getting righted. And you're at the end of feeling at your worst, and now you can spin up the wheel and feel your best. I love that. We have worthiness. Yes, this is about realizing your worth, what you deserve, right? If we continue to allow unfairness, then we're telling the universe, I am worthy of being treated like that. But if we step up and we admit our vulnerabilities, which means admitting that some sort of unfairness, some sort of injustice hurt us, it may seem scary, like we're like weak and wimpy, right? Like playing the victim. But if you do it in a way where you acknowledge what you deserve in regards to fairness, then you are signaling to the universe just how worthy you are, right? For some of you guys, oh my gosh, for some of you guys, this has to do with karmic justice and maybe some unfairness in love. So, if you have had like a shitty love life, then you're probably going to have a good love life, okay? You're probably going to love and be loved. No more games, no more unfairness, no more unequal partnerships, no more imbalance, no more unrequited love. But this is like a mutual, these two little mutual lovers, they singing. What's interesting is judgment is often a music card to me because, like I said, Archangel Gabriel blows his horn. So horn is music, and then we have this microphone and then music notes here. So something to do with music might be your jam. I feel like if this is a court case, then this love here, being unburdened by this unfairness, is going to open you up to receive more love. Also, I want to say, because I'm going through legal stuff, what is crazy about this experience is I was worried about being a victim too. So this reading is speaking a lot to me too. So I can relate to you guys. I was worried about opening up because it might mean I look like a victim, but it really showed me the people in my life who really love me, right? And they want that fairness for me, and they want that justice for me. They don't want like unfair things to happen to me. So you might realize that once you step up and say, you know, I deserve this fairness, I deserve justice, I deserve more than what I have been settling for, then you may find like all this love and support that you never even expected, because you were trying to be like too strong for others, right? Let me know if that resonated. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you very, very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, last but not least, we have the ball. I was trying to do the bears. That crystal ball. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it'll come up. I don't know. I don't know the things that come out of my mouth during these readings sometimes. We have the High Priestess. What blessings are coming your way? We have the Emperor. And we have the Nine of Swords. So the blessings. This one is a little confusing too. A lot of intuition, a lot of authority, a lot of mojo, a lot of leadership, like being in control of yourself with the Emperor. The High Priestess, in this deck, we see Psychic Gypsy Woman. But this Nine of Swords is confusing me. I think it was number 2 that was confusing too. The blessings that are coming your way. Why would this be at the end? I'm going to flip over some oracle cards to get some clarifiers on this message. We have Yvonne. You have a special bond with the animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by the angels. Okay, this is like, this kind of seems like a little simple message. If you guys were, I mean, maybe it'll be more, I don't know. But if you guys were wanting like something super deep, I'm going to try to give you a deep message, but this is like, I don't know. I don't want to say shallow because they are important, but I do see this like caged. My story is that men don't belong in a cage, birds belong in a cage, so they should like switch places, right? But because we have special bond with the animals and we have like kittens here, I want to say the blessing that's coming your way is a pet. So maybe you'll get a new pet for some of you. I know that can't be like all of you, and it's a small message, but let me know. What do I want to say? This card cracks me up whenever I see this cat. It's like a skirt. You see? Skirt. Okay. So let's see what the others say. We have generosity. Okay. And we have playfulness. Oh, so you really might be getting a new pet, like with this playfulness, but why is the High Priestess here? I'm going to actually clarify with these Morgan Greers because it is a little bit of a confusing reading. Not doing the Morgan Greer contest on this video. That was not my intention, so you can do it on other videos where it features this deck. And I do want to give these away, but I just didn't like clarify with the other piles. But this one confusing me. Spirit, could you clarify the High Priestess, the Emperor, Nine of Swords, generosity, and playfulness? The blessings that are coming your way. A lot of play. For some of you, you may have felt trapped in a job or trapped in a relationship. The Emperor, you know, he is the big papa of his empire, and we see the world here, right? Sometimes this can mean a boss, sometimes this can mean a corporation. So with this Nine of Swords, it's like, I want to break free of this place. So once you break free, you get to like play a little bit, but let's see. And it can also be like a controlling man, like a dad or a husband. Usually upright, I see the Emperor as the divine masculine, so like the perfect embodiment of masculinity, like not the toxic stuff, but you know, because of this Nine of Swords, you know, maybe there is a controlling man in your environment that I feel like actually he may feel like caged within himself, and so that's why he controls others. And he might have a change of heart somehow. Maybe if you get a pet, soften him up a little bit, right? Like those dads that are like, I don't want a dog in the house. Like, you see pictures of the dog like snuggling on his back. So once he gets a pet, he'll be a little more generous and playful. That's for some of you. But yeah, let's get a clarifier. And that's the blessing, right? Your man is, and it doesn't have to be a man, it can be a woman who's divine masculine, but your man is more playful and at ease because you got this new pet. It's not as much of a hard ass. Okay, one more shuffle. We have the Page of Cups, Judgment reversed, and the Lovers reversed. For blessings, number 4, I feel like maybe there's someone in your environment who's a little shy. And they're afraid of stepping up and calling. Like a fear of rejection. Could be you. I know this reading is all over the place. The other 3 were not as bad. Might get a thumbs down for this one, but whatever. I tried to give you the best message possible. Playfulness, generosity. I feel like I gave you the message that I needed to give you. I love you very much. I'm sorry. I will have a better message next time. I mean, I'm sure it satisfied most of you, but I feel like I could have done better. But I forgive myself. Anyway, I do wish you many blessings, a pet, like not controlling man, whatever it is, some playfulness in your life. I will see you next time. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, check down below. I love you. Bye.